Hi, and welcome to the Queen's Tarot. This is the reading for Aquarius for the month of December. And this is going to be what's going on for you, Aquarius, for this month of December right here. So, for you guys, immediately when I started reading for you, I felt a very scattered energy, very confused. And I feel like a lot of you are really going through it this Sagittarius season. And a lot of you are being faced with some tough choices, so it looks like a lot of you are having a difficulty with making a certain choice. Maybe you're choosing between spending the holidays with two different friend groups. Some of you might be choosing about relocating, where to relocate. Some of you might be choosing whether or not to spend the holidays with certain family members. You may have fallen out with relatives at some point in the year, and now you're a little confused and wondering, is this the right decision? Should I even face them this holiday season? Do I want to deal with them? Do I want to bring this drama into my world, which I try to keep rather peaceful? So a lot of you are also dealing with that. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Queen of Wands, followed up by the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and then we also have the Eight of Cups here. So a lot of you are feeling very much like staying to yourself right now, very much thinking about things to yourself, kind of keeping out of the public eye right now while you make this decision. A lot of you do feel like you're running around frantic and you're not sure which way you want to turn, what decision you want to make. And for some of you, you have this feeling of that you are like running with nowhere to go. You're kind of getting things done for the holiday. You might even be picking up presents, but you're not really sure where you want to go. You're not sure. Some of you might be feeling like you don't really have a place to call home right now, that you don't have somewhere that you can go for the holidays to really feel at home. And that's kind of bothering you, and it's messing with your peace right now, Aquarius. And a lot of you might also be thinking about a job change, and you just don't feel very rooted. You don't feel very grounded right now, and you feel like this decision that you need to make is not just looming over your head, but it's making you feel very ADD. Like, it's making you feel scattered. It's making you feel mentally all over the place. So let's see what's going on with you guys. I feel like you guys had a disappointment at some point earlier in the year, possibly in the spring, around May, having to do with a relationship. Maybe some of you went through a breakup. Others of you might have fallen out with a family member that you were cool with before, and you guys didn't really have a lot of falling outs. And this has made you feel off balance. This has always been lingering in the back of your mind. And if you have gone through a breakup, you might feel like the holidays aren't the same without this person. Like, you're used to having this person around, and you're just not the same without them. You don't feel rooted and grounded, to where you can mentally focus. You feel like things are out of order with you. And that's led to a disappointment, which is represented here by the Eight of Cups. You feel like no matter how hard you try, things just aren't going right. No matter how hard you try to line things up, no matter how well you try to treat people, you just feel like people aren't choosing you. Like, they're not choosing to be with you, they're not choosing to stay with you, and it's making you feel bad about yourself. You're taking all of this personally, and it could just be that the person that you were dealing with just wasn't, they didn't know what they want. It may not be something that's personal. It might be that this person, if they're a family member or a friend, maybe they had other things going on in their life, and maybe that conflict with you just was the last straw on the camel's back, that broke the camel's back, and maybe that's what happened. But you're taking a lot of that to heart, Aquarius. They were one of the few people that you trusted and let into your world, and you're them walking away from you, or y'all having this fallout really let you down. So I definitely see it's taking a toll on your self-image here, Aquarius, and it's making you feel like it's all your fault. It's making you feel like that people just don't want to be with you, and I would encourage you not to take things so personally. You really have to do some things to heighten your self-worth, Aquarius. You can't take everybody's decisions personally, and you definitely can't take the decisions other people make that's totally out of your control personally, and put that burden on you for their actions. Whatever they chose to do, whatever part you played in the situation, you played in it, whether it was wrong or right. But at the end of the day, there's always other people out there. There's always other people that you can talk to, the people that you can meet, new relationships that you can make that will have unique connections to them. That'll be something that this old relationship that you just lost didn't have. That will be something fresh and new and enjoyable in a new way, that maybe your other connection wasn't so great at, aspects that that this new person that you might meet in the future at some point may have that this old person didn't. So all hope is not lost. What you really need to do is start thinking about what motivates you, what will make you happy this holiday season. You don't have anybody to focus on making happy. You don't have anybody that you have to cater to. And so that's actually freeing you to do what's best for you. And for you this holiday season, it's a lot about getting back to yourself. It's also going to prepare you for Capricorn season and what you'll be doing in that season as far as your own focus on self and your own work on yourself, so that when Aquarius season rolls around in the next few months, you'll be more than ready, and you'll be feeling self-empowered and like your normal Aquarian self, proud of yourself, self-confident and self-assured. And I think that this falling out, whatever happened with this relationship, really shook your self-assurance, and that's what's really bothering you at the root of it. A lot of you guys might need to spend some time around water. For you guys, it's really important for you to get out of your own head and to get in touch with your emotions, because it's going to give you information on what you need to do for yourself. So again, the King of Wands is just here reflecting that it's time for you to get out of your head. But the Knight of Swords is also here, and that is showing you that it's time for you to leap into experiences that encourage you, that motivate you, that make you feel happy to be alive. You can pick that group of friends, Aquarius, that you want to be around, that's going to most excite you, instead of trying to make everyone happy, because it's impossible to make everyone happy anyway. So it's time for you to get out of your own head, stop thinking about what you did wrong, because most likely if you did something wrong, you know what that is, and you can't change the past, you can't go back. So it's important to go forward now and to think about what you're going to do for your new year. So yeah, it's just time for you to put the negativity behind whatever the conflict was. I feel like it was something that just blew up, possibly with an Aries, possibly a Scorpio, could have been a Capricorn, may have been a Sagittarius or a Virgo, possibly Gemini. But it was definitely something where it was like this heated explosion of anger, and then you all just lost contact, and you feel like that person doesn't want to deal with you. And that person has taken some time to go and to get their own fresh air, to go and explore new things. They may come back, they may not. It seems like they're really trying to figure out what their part was that they played in this, and also going into themselves and really rehearsing that conflict in their head, going, okay, well, this happened and then that happened, and trying to figure out where things went wrong, what they did wrong, what you said that made them angry, why they felt angry. So they're doing their own growing and healing work. And I think that more than likely at some point, maybe around May, this person will come back around and will try to make things right with you at some point. This all hope is not lost. This person, even if it was a breakup and you guys may not get back together, You may or may not. You might just be friends. You might be friends with benefits. It may not be to the same level that it was. Um, or you guys might go ahead and rekindle that. But either way, you are going to make peace with this at some point. But right now, it's important that you make peace with yourself, that you lay a good foundation for yourself right now, Aquarius, and that you really think about what you can best do to support you. And that's represented here by the Knight of Pentacles. You really need to be working on supporting yourself, on loving yourself, on self-love. And not on thinking about what went wrong. I see a lot of you are like emotionally going back over this, not so much rehearsing what went wrong and what you could have done right, but going back over how angry this made you feel, how offended you were by what this person said, how angry you were that they could have said what they said or did what they did. And that's only putting you back into this energy of negativity, right here, into this energy of negativity represented by the Devil card here. And you want to get out of that. You want to make sure that you're really thinking about how to emotionally support yourself, how to make yourself happy again, especially with this holiday season. There are so many celebrations going on. There's plenty of time for you to find emotional fulfillment, for you to have some fun, and for you to really have that emotional enjoyment and happiness brought back into your life. And that's represented here by the Knight of Cups. So I'm just going to pull some cards for my Aquarius group about what to look out for. And right now, it's basically this spread here. We have the King of Wands, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. And for you, Aquarius, I feel like this is just basically stating that you need to go after your desires. Go after what makes you happy, represented here by the King of Wands. Right now, you're not being as good of a support to yourself, and you need to look for ways to support yourself.